We're a small team, pretty new. We've been running for about a year. Predominantly we've been doing renovations, but as of late we've managed to land quite a few new builds, so we kind of are spreading ourselves across those two markets at this point in time. Like I said before, we're quite a small team, so basically I'm wearing a lot of hats at this point in time. We've got two guys under me, and I guess the goal for this year is to grow and put some of those tasks onto someone else. Prior to, at the beginning of this year, I basically didn't have a marketing strategy at all. So this year we've gone and set up the web page and Facebook, and had a bit of interest through Facebook. We're working on some hard copy as well, getting some info packs, and looking at maybe doing a flyer drop as well, so far as marketing is concerned. In the last 9 months, we've definitely had a big change with regards to running our numbers. Having got some advice from Marty and Russ with regards to my pricing, I realised that I was definitely underselling myself, and I've gone and rectified that, and things are looking a lot better so far as my numbers are concerned. 9 months ago, I was basically taking what I could get. I was fresh out of the rank, so anything I could get I was basically taking. But nowadays I've kind of learnt through bad experiences, I suppose, that I need to be a little bit, well, I am now a lot more selective with regards to even meeting clients in the first place, inquiring about their jobs, what they want to do, what their budgets are, etc, etc. So nowadays I'm looking at larger medium to larger renovations and new builds. One of the main things I've learned is you can't be everyone's mate. So being a person who tries to get along with everyone, you definitely have to kind of put your foot down at times, and you got to be a fair bit firm. So yeah, top two mistakes for me is staff. Staff is a big one for me this year. Don't just employ someone because they're there and available and ready to go. I learnt that the hard way, and going through a 3-step interviewing process, I think, is very important. Getting to know the guy, like basically you're spending, in some cases, more time with these people than you do your loved ones, so you're almost entering into a marriage with them. So if you don't have a good relationship with them, and if they're not playing ball, it just eats away at you. And the second one for me is that not all leads are good ones, and as I was saying earlier, you've got to pick and choose which leads you decide to follow, because you'll end up kind of chasing a dream if you're not selective about what leads you take on. So one of my proudest moments has been the landing of the 2 new builds that I've got coming up. It's going to see me right for the staff that I do have for quite some time, and it's going to allow me a little bit of leeway to really work on my sales side of things and get my systems and all the other kind of boxes ticked whilst that's in the process. So yeah, for me it's a really big win, because it does free up a lot of time for myself. Basically my mindset's changed as when I started, I didn't have any systems in place, and having seen the one-day intensives and whatnot, I quickly realised that the way that I was running my business to start out was totally dysfunctional. So I've started implementing a lot of systems, and there's still a long way to go, but we're making progress. And so far as my mindset's concerned, also with the interviews like this one that have been kind of played of other builders, for me it has given me a lot of confidence, because I can see how I can make improvements in my business and hopefully kind of replicate, or if hopefully even better their results. For someone starting out, which was me not that long ago, first and foremost I'd say get your interviewing process right, get the right guys on board, because if you don't, they'll break you. Yeah, it's so stressful having a bad team on board, so that would be my first pearl of wisdom. And then secondly, you know, get your figures right with regards to sales, margins, know your numbers, and don't be afraid to ask for help. It's probably a very important thing that I've learnt this year. You'll be amazed how helpful people will be if you buck up the courage and ask for help. You know, people will jump at the opportunity to give you advice and give up their time in order to see someone else succeed. So don't be afraid to do that. It's invaluable.